Alrighty, fellas, we are back. And we got some more fake content. We have the Datamines here for Legendary Elincia. So we got her stats. We have also her boons and banes and all that good stuff. So we're going to check all that stuff out. But there's also a lot of peculiar things going on right now regarding scheduling. So if we take a look at the calendar here, we have Elencia's banner, which is going to drop at reset. So that should be in 2 hours and 10 minutes of me recording this video. So we're getting that. But then we're also going to be getting a special hero summoning event on 10/5. That should be for the Halloween banner. So 10/5 is a very strange date for that banner to drop because we're getting the maintenance on 10/2. And that's a whole day ahead of when they would usually do a trailer. So, like, if the banner is dropping on 10/5, the trailer would be on 10/3. And we're getting this extended maintenance that's way longer than usual. Typically, maintenance is about an hour long. But the maintenance we're scheduled to get for this is going to be, what, like 5 hours or something? So, there's a lot of sus things going on right now. Very peculiar things going on with the scheduling. So, I'm expecting there may be a Fate channel or some very interesting information coming up. If we look back to one of the previous Halloween banners, like the one where we got Duo Hector, he was the very first Duo hero ever introduced. And they did a special Fate channel about that to explain how Duo heroes worked and how Duo skills worked. So is it possible that we're getting a new type of hero for this Halloween banner? And there may be a Fate channel that will explain how the new effect works that this hero may have. I can't tell you. All very interesting things that could possibly happen. So let's go ahead and take a look at our girl here, Legendary Elincia. So for her stat line, we've got... Oh, actually, we can take a look at the artwork, too. So we have her artwork right here. It's pretty good. They didn't do Kita Senri for this, though, which is very interesting. We have Fujikawa Akira here instead of the typical, like, Teleus artist, which is Kita Senri. But it's very nice artwork, and it is very reminiscent of her Radiant Dawn attire. So not bad whatsoever. We got little flower petals coming out there. All right, pretty good. I've heard some people say they prefer the Ascended Elincia art, but I actually like this quite a bit. It's pretty good. So her stat line, let's see here. We have 40 HP. We've got 45 attack. We have 47 speed. We got 23 defense, and then we have 34 res. That gives her an overall BST of 189. Not that that matters to her because she's a legendary hero, so her legendary skill is going to raise her BST to at least 200. They might do 205, I don't know, but what we're seeing right now on legendary heroes is a 200 BST increase, so she'll be at 200 BST. And she only has one super boon, which is in plus speed, kind of an RIP. With brave attacking weapon, she can easily quad to hit 4 in a row, so every point of attack matters when you're doing that. So it's a little unfortunate she didn't have a super boon on attack as well, but it's fine. We'll take it. Now, what's very shocking to me about this unit is that she's kind of being slept on. Like, a lot of people, they're looking at her the same way they look at Gulveig, where it's like, oh, Gulveig doesn't turn off DR, so she can't break through tanks, so she sucks. That is not the case. That could not be as far from the truth as could possibly be. It doesn't take a genius, I don't think, to look at this unit's kit and tell she's going to be a very powerful unit. Her C skill is literally just a better version of Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance. And if you weren't paying attention, I mean, those are like two of the best skills, literally two of the must-run skills for Summoner Duels. I don't run them because I don't have them, but if I had them, I'd be running them. So, you get what I'm saying? Like, you really want to be running all the warping power from Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance on your teams. And she just has that, but better because it also gives start of turn null follow-up. And it's got this Omega Rain effect where she does -4 to all enemy stats within 4 spaces of her. So, not only is she letting your allies warp in, all movement types, by the way, it's not limited to 2 specific movement types like Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance. So everyone warps in, even Cavs, and then they're also getting no follow-up start of turn, so that can help enable start of turn effects like Prime 4, for example, where you need a lot of start of turn bonuses. And then it's also allowing them to take advantage of the all stats -4 on the enemies, because if they warp 2 spaces ahead of her, if they have a ranged weapon and they can attack 2 further spaces ahead, the unit that would be in target of whoever jumps in is in range of Elincia's, like, crazy range skill effect there. So this unit is just cracked. And another thing you're also probably missing about her is like, oh, she can't pierce DR, but you know what? She doesn't really need to. She doesn't exactly need to. I can understand for range units, they may want to be able to pierce DR and be like crazy wall breakers, because the most popular type of save skill to run is far save. If you're fighting in summoner duels, you will most likely see far save if the enemy is running a save skill at all. Not typically near save. So what do you think she's fighting? It's probably the complete opposite of who you think she's going to be fighting. So she really just needs to be able to plow through all the offensive threats, and as long as she can do that, and then she can Kanto herself back 2 spaces, she has that built into her weapon, she is going to be a problem, man. She jumps in 2 spaces with her new B skill, which is just a better version of Dive Bomb, which we're also going to take a look at some units who I think may be good inherits of her B skill. So she jumps 2 spaces ahead. She can do the drawback Kanto combo thing that people like to do with Guidance 4. So she warps into an ally, she uses drawback, she Kantos to a better position, and then you're extending reach with Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance. So she can pull that off. Same thing as like the Arcane Tana can do. And then she's like also an offensive threat. So dude, this unit is phenomenal. Don't listen to anyone who's a naysayer about her. Okay, so let's quickly refresh her. Let's see if any new info is out. Okay, doesn't look like it. So as far as her B skill is concerned, we don't really have the prerequisites for it yet. I'm assuming it's going to be Dive Bomb. It may also include what's the other one? Aerobatics, which allows units to jump 2 spaces, but I can't say for sure. It just has the same icon as Dive Bomb, so I'm going to assume it's the same prerequisite. So all of your melee flyer types will be able to get it. Now, there's not really too many units, actually, after looking through the list of all flying melee units that could possibly inherit this. I didn't really find too many that stood out too well. So Ingrid is one. The reason why is because she's got Arcane Lewin with built-in null follow-up. So Flow Desperation would be kind of a moot point on her. And then you just get the Dive Bomb effect. So you can warp ahead 2 spaces, and then you attack with Lewin. You get the null follow-up from the weapon. You can hit the enemies twice in a row, and then she still has Kanto Rem built into her unique A skill. So Ingrid would be a very strong user of this new B skill from Elencia. And not only that, but she's also a rearmed hero. So that means she gets first dibs on all the good stuff anyway. So then you can duplicate it to your other guys. The Summer Shez is also a good pick for it. Like Gambit 4 is really nice on him. Flow Desperation can also be really nice on him. So this guy is just eating so well. Another really good B skill for him would be Elencia's. So he's got the Brave Attack built into his weapon, so he can possibly quad. He's got Kanto Rem built into his weapon as well, and he's got true damage based on speed. So he can make pretty good use of the quad. If he's getting null follow-up from somewhere, then he can just hit 4 in a row and probably blow up whatever he hits. And then comboing that with also the Kanto Rem on his weapon, he's able to attack something and then get out of the way. So he can make good use of it. Laram and also all the other flying dancers, I only brought up specifically Laram, but there are quite a lot of flying melee dancers. They would be able to just jump in 2 spaces and then pop a dance. So you could use this very effectively in Aether Raid's defense, for example. Like if you just want to set up a rally trap or a dance trap or something, it would be pretty easy to do that with this. So, for example, you run Guidance 4 or Soaring Guidance on the flying melee dancer, and then you also run Elencia's new B skill. So, at the start of turn, you have a unit in slot 7 who's going to automatically end their turn. The dancer would then jump in and then dance them. And then also, you're now getting Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance to warp in ahead of your dancer and then extend reach and possibly set up a turn 1 trap. So it could work out pretty well on them. And then we also have a bunch of these demote flyers that can use it well, particularly the sword ones and the lance ones, because they get built-in null follow-up from Arcane Devourer and also Arcane Lewin. So they would get null follow-up, so that makes Flow Desperation already kind of a moot point. So then they would jump in, and then they would attack twice in a row with the Dive Bomb effect, and then they can do a lot of damage to the foes that way. So Fee, and by extension all of the good merge projects sword flyers, like Tanith as well, and then also the good lance flyer demotes, like, who is there? Let's quickly pull it up here. There's quite a lot of them, right? Kaldori would be good. Like just any player phase lance flyer for the most part. Oh, by the way, Heath, there's a lot of flying melee types that are about to refine in this next batch. So Heath is one of them. And then also Tsubasa and also the Bunny Fear. So we're getting a lot of flying melee types on the horizon that could possibly make good use of this skill. Phil is also in there, and Karen, and like all those other like really nice lance flyers. So those are just a couple of examples of units you may want to give Elincia's B skill to. Now let's just do one more refresh and see. Okay, still no information. If there were mission data and like all that other stuff, I'm pretty sure it would have already been part of the data mine by this point. So leaves me to assume that it's probably not in here. So I'm wondering what they're cooking up now for this like update we're about to get, this really extended update. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think is coming up? Are we getting a Fate channel, or are we just getting like a very long maintenance for no reason? I don't know. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Take care, fellas. I am going to be summoning on the banner, but your boy has no orbs, so not going to be much of a summoning, but I will try to get Elencia. So that's all for now. I will catch you guys again later. So take care, have a good one, and bye-bye.